Well, welcome. Thank you for your interest in our bachelor degree in mathematics and economics. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Yue-Kuen KWOK. I'm one of the program directors of this degree program. This program is jointly organized by the School of Science and also School of Business and Administration. And each school will have have one of the professors who serve as the program director. My other partner is Professor Amber Lee. She is from the Department of Economics, and I'm from the Math department. That represents the nature of this joint degree program, Math and Economics combined together. Well, the agenda of my presentation consists of 4 points here. First of all, I would like to introduce why we combined mathematics and economics together, the synergy between these two academic fields. And the second part will be where I talk about the career prospect for the graduates of this program. And also I will go through the curriculum structure of this degree program. And lastly, I talk about the admission route and criteria. Well, first of all, we are more familiar with the combination of math and physical science. But why we put together math and economics together? Well, this is well demonstrated from this table. We witnessed that in the last 25 years, 21 out of the 40 Nobel laureates in economics, they received their training in math, at least in the undergraduate level, and some of them even have having PhD in mathematics, and while they receive the Nobel Prize in economics. A very good example would be if you look at the bottom of the table, 1994, the Nobel Award is given to John Nash, and he's due to his contribution in game theory, he's well trained in mathematics. Another example would be the pair of Nobel laureates, Shapley and Roof, the fourth and the fifth guys on the list here, and the Shapley received his PhD in mathematics. Well, John Nash, we have a picture on the right-hand side, the top one. Some of you might have watched the film. It's called The Beautiful Mind, because John Nash suffered from medical disorder after he has made contributions in game theory. It's an unfortunate story for him. Well, actually, he came to Hong Kong to deliver a talk about game theory many years ago in Hong Kong. Well, as a very typical example is what we call the prisoner dilemma. I'm not going to talk in great depth about this, how to analyze the strategies played by these two prisoners, A and B. Basically, we have confess and silent, but going through the analysis, we see that even though if both remain to be silent, they both receive a lesser sentence of 1 year. However, if we analyze the strategies played by these two prisoners carefully, we observe that confess turned out to be the dominant strategies played by both prisoners, and they suffer from a longer years of imprisonment. This typical example serves as the use of quantitative reasoning to analyze strategies in game theory. We all know that game theory has wide applications in economics. Well, another interesting example is about matching scheme. And as I have mentioned, the year 2012 Nobel Awards in Economics go to these two gentlemen because of their contribution in matching schemes. And what does that mean? Well, suppose we have two groups. We have one group, we have 3 very nice gentlemen. On the other side, we have 3 elegant ladies. And then each gentleman has his own preference list of a lady, even though they are all beautiful. The same for the ladies. Each of them who have what their own preference list on the handsome gentleman on the right hand side. The question to ask is what? How to perform the matching of the ladies with the men based on their preferences. Well, a related example is what we call the school admission problem or college admission problem, and is illustrated by this very interesting pictures here. We imagine what we have what the soldiers are trying to fight to get into this compartment, into a castle. The soldiers are just students. They would like to get into the dream degree program, which are what correspond to different compartments in the castle. And then how we're going to how do the program chooses the students, and also how do students manage to get into the dream program. Imagine what we have sequentially each student try to fight into their dream program, and well, if there are still empty spaces available or quota available in the program, then they remain attached to the program. However, if we have come later a student with a stronger academic preparation or academic result, they may be able to replace the original soldier which have been attached to the compartment, or which means the student is only temporarily attached to the program, but when we face with a stronger competition, it may be knocked out. And then those students who have been knocked out will be forced to get into their second best dream program, and sequentially come down to the last one. And this is a typical application of mathematics in real-life problem. This is related to what we call allocation of resources. We have limited resources related to different degree program, and we just each program try to get the best students as much as possible. And there are a lot of basic criteria that we want to look at to justify whether a matching scheme is desirable or matches certain what we call desirable properties. With limited time available, I cannot go through in great detail. You're welcome to watch, to read all this in detail leisurely. Okay, there's a very famous quotation by another Nobel laureate, Paul Krugman, he said that the mathematical grading serves as the essential function that help the economists in the research to clarify thought. Even though after the mathematical analysis, the economists may be able to express most of the concept in plain English, but it really took the math to get there. And it is it's important to get it right using the mathematics. Well, next we come to the career prospects of our graduate. Well, this is this program serves to train students to have exposure in the quantitative reasoning by taking math courses, and also they take economic courses. And as I'm going to reveal to you that many of our graduates have a very promising career in the banking and financial sector. And also some of them may be able to get into the IT industries, and because of the interdisciplinary nature of our program. And in particular, I would like to stress the more important aspect of this program is that it provides a very good, solid preparation for students who aim to get into PhD or master programs in economics, statistics, or financial mathematics. Because in our curriculum, we emphasize also very much on quantitative training. And if you take a look at our recent survey on the salary of our 2018 graduates, based on the data that we have collected, the average salary of our graduate in that particular year is close to 30,000, which is much above the average of usual university graduate, which probably is about 17 to 18,000 per month. And if we take a look, okay, some of our good achievers managed to get a salary of what? Of 87,500 per month. And of course, not everyone can achieve that level of salary, but at least what if you take a look at some of our graduates managed to get a job as a risk analyst in the banking sector. The salary is well above what 20,000. And we also collected data from our previous graduate, and for those who have graduated about 10 years ago, like someone who graduated in 2010, if you take a look, he's now a vice president at Citigroup, a major financial institution. And also some of them may serve as senior associate in an accounting company, and also data scientists in Google, and also serve as the director of finance in MATLAB, is in a major insurance company. These are some good examples. If the list goes on, you will see that many of them can manage to launch a very successful career in the financial sector, and also in other fields like as an economist or as a software developer. Well, the list goes on. Okay, you can see the impressive list. We have people working in Goldman Sachs. Of course, we know that Goldman Sachs is one of the leaders in finance, and also JP Morgan. Well, you see that either they work in as an investment analyst, or they serve as as software IT experts. Well, I would like to go through 3 typical examples of the job nature that require the combined training in mathematics and economics. Well, the first one is I take this one from a job ad. Is the job title is Global Economics Research Economist, offered by Morgan Stanley. If you take a look what the responsibilities is maintain and create data file. But if you take a look, look at the job description in detail, we see that they require the candidate to have statistical proficiency, which means the math training from our degree program will benefit the competitiveness, will enhance the competitiveness of our graduate to get this type of job. We go on. You also this job emphasize on training in macroeconomics, which is very typical. A job will require a multi-skill set. And also, we also have to the candidate must be capable of solving problems, and also to address questions using conventional wisdom. And then our curriculum also emphasizes on good training in English and also communication skill. Well, in particular, our students have to take a course in econometrics, which will be used in this job as they have to analyze some time series, financial data. And then overall, the MAEC training will help build the confidence and also the competence to get into jobs of this nature. Another nice example would be this job. The title is MRMA, is Commodities Market Risk, offered by Goldman Sachs. If you take a look again, this job emphasizes on training in math, econometrics, and market risk analysis, which definitely require strong economic training. And again, we emphasize that if you take a look of all these responsibilities and specifications, It's everywhere it emphasizes on what? The joint training in mathematics and economics. Okay, another job as a fixed income analyst offered by Bank of China. If we take a look, emphasize again on what? On quantitative skill and also economic training, because what they have to analyze currency and the sovereignty credits. And again, what emphasize very much on what? Strong communication skills and the use of statistical knowledge. Well, as I've mentioned, a lot of our graduates choose to go for further study. This is the list of the program, degree program, and also the university they are able to get into for our 2017 graduates. The list is quite impressive because you will take a look of the academic standing of these universities. We have students admitted into Oxford. We have University of Wisconsin, PhD in statistics, and also students get admitted into Columbia and MIT as well. Imagine we admit only about 25 students a year, and if we take a look, the counting is almost a dozen of students get into various postgraduate programs in leading universities in the world, in the US and also in the UK. This is another list for the 2018 graduates. Again, it's an impressive list of the degree programs that our students managed to get into, and also the academic standing of the universities among the very top in the world. And continue on with 2019 is also we have a very impressive list. As I would like to emphasize if you want to get into a good PhD program in economics, the admission officers will look carefully in your transcript whether you have sufficient math training. And this is actually why our graduates manage to get into various very top degree program, postgraduate programs. Well, I just go through very quickly about our MAEC curriculum. This is a combined degree program in math and economics. And we emphasize both on math training and also econ courses. We have 7 basic math courses in calculus, analysis, statistics, and linear algebra, and also 6 courses in calculus-based macroeconomic and microeconomic courses. I would like to emphasize that unlike the macro and micro courses offered for the business school students, since the students would have taken courses in calculus first, and therefore the professors in this what we call calculus-based economic courses will rely on the heavy use of calculus in the presentation of the economic concepts, which help to have a more in-depth understanding of the relevant economic content. Well, and also we emphasize students to have more in-depth training in mathematics and economics, so that they are required to take several in-depth electives in mathematics and economics. In addition, in our curriculum design, we allow students to have 3 electives. There are altogether 5 of them, so that students, if they want to emphasize more on economics, they can take more econ courses, or if they want to do financial math, we have a lot of financial math courses for them to choose. And also, if they want to choose a minor in actuarial science, then they can use their 3 electives to take courses in actuarial mathematics. And also, we have an emergent topic a big data technology, where students can use their free electives to take courses in big data technology as well. Well, we like to emphasize the very nature of this degree program. We emphasize on the block-based training that stresses on the fundamental training in quantitative reasoning, and also the analysis of social and economic issues based on more in-depth mathematical models. And it's unlike the other professional degree program, where they emphasize quite narrowly, either in finance or in actuarial science. Graduates from our program, because we emphasize on the broad-based education, they can easily get jobs or receive further postgraduate training in other fields. Like if we want to do more courses in statistics or AI or machine learning or data science, at least this program, with the math training that they have received, they easily can branch out into other fields easily, rather than focus on a particular small technical field or professional field. Well, this is the study pathway for our 4-year program. Sorry that I have no time to go into great detail on the different courses that we offer in this different years. But we have courses, what we call the common core courses, that stress on the broad-based training for our students, as well as technical courses. Well, this combined program, compared with if you do economics with minor in math, then the math training may not be sufficient enough for you to get into some more technical postgraduate program or some technical jobs. And the combination of both in math and economics will help our students, our graduates, to be more competitive in getting the quantitative-oriented jobs. Well, as I've mentioned, the math department offers a number of courses in financial mathematics and actuarial mathematics as well. And if students want to get into the banking sector and also in the insurance companies, they are allowed to take courses in these two fields, financial mathematics and actuarial mathematics. And also, there are a number of econ courses that are related to the financial sector and the financial systems, and also banking and investment. And these are the list of the courses that help them to equip with the required knowledge to get jobs into the investment industries or the financial institutions. Well, also HKUST allows students to do various minor programs. The requirements to get into a minor is not too stringent. It's just required to take additional 6 courses in the relevant minor. We have a wide variety of minor courses that students can choose from. The most popular one is big data technology and also actuarial science. Well, also it's a unique feature of our university that we encourage students to do undergraduate research. And we have this what we call the Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program, where a student can pick a topic supervised by a professor and do a more in-depth study of a topic. And some of the projects may lead to academic papers published together with the supervisor. That helps a lot if the student would like to do postgraduate studies, because in the transcript or in the reference letter written by the supervisor, the research capability of the students can be emphasized and demonstrated under this undergraduate research opportunities program. And then we have a very successful exchange program. The good part is that this program is offered by both School of Science and School of Business and Administration, Business and Management. That students can choose the exchange program offered by the two schools, and they have wider spectrum of choices compared to what students enroll in a single school. This is the benefit of having a joint school program. And also we offer a wide range of enrichment program for students, like this mentorship program where students can engage with industrial mentors. And also we have a lot of these enrichment activities offered at the university. This is what we call the Head Start at Hong Kong UST. Well, we just go through very quickly some of our very successful alumni, like this lady, Christy. After completing her degree in 2017, she is now a relationship manager at Hang Seng Bank. She has an excellent communication skill, very elegant. Most people would like her after the first encounter, and that's why only after a few years of graduation, she became a manager in relationship management. And another one is this is a Ken Wong, who worked as a tech guy in risk management. He took courses in big data and also all these statistical courses, and it's not just it's related to the financial sector, but it's more on the technical side. We talk about financial technology is the buzzword now, and it's emphasized very much on the use of technology in the financial sector. And this is a very typical example where our graduates can manage to get jobs of this nature. And also this lady, Yue-Kuen, first he worked at an iBank, Bank of America, as a trader, and then afterwards she discovered that she needed more advanced knowledge to advance in her career, and therefore she quitted her job and then is now doing a master's degree program in Carnegie Mellon University, which is one of the leading, which offers a leading program in computational finance. And then Michael Xu graduated 2013, and afterwards he also studied for a MSc degree program in financial mathematics at Hong Kong UST, and now he's working at a leading hedge fund. It's called the Citadel. It's based in the US. It's one of the leaders in hedge fund business. And that his daily job is, of course, is to try to perform statistical analysis to determine the choice of investment vehicles or instruments. And that requires a lot of technical skills, which he received in undertaking our MAEC program and also the MSc in financial mathematics. The list goes on with this lady, Wu Dan-ling. She is now pursuing her PhD study at Columbia. It's the use of quantile regression with applications in medicine and public health. It's quite different. Even though her degree is in math and economics, but the statistical skill set learned in the program help her to get into this PhD program, which emphasizes on the use of regression methods, but application in medicine and public health. And then we have two other ladies, and now they received the postgraduate study in the U.S. at Columbia, and now work at one work at Goldman Sachs, the other one is at Amazon in the U.S. Okay, I guess you are interested, and then the last part of my presentation will be the admission route into our program. Either you apply directly under the JUPAS. For most of you who are taking the DSE exam, and it's based on your academic score. And in particular, I would like to emphasize that you have to take at least one of these, the following list of courses: M1, M2, economics, biology, physics, chemistry, combined science, and integrated science. Or you can apply via what we call the international direct entry route with your qualification under the IB diploma or GCA level or SAT, etc. And I would like to mention again that you can enter into our program directly into the first year, or you come to the School of Science or the School of Business first, and make your choice to enter into MEEC in the second year. This is another good way that you want to explore other opportunities before you come to decide on taking our MEEC. This is another route. But of course, it's based on competition. It will be harder because it's based on the grade point average of the first year. And our program is considered to be one of the elite programs in our university. Will be quite a challenge to get into the MEEC program in the second year. Therefore, you're highly encouraged to apply into our program in the first year intake. Well, the admission requirement for those who are under the JUPAS scheme, taking the Hong Kong DSE, the English requirement is 4, Chinese language is 3, and math is 3, liberal studies is 2, and then you have to take 2 elective. One include the list of courses that is shown in the box. The minimum level required is 3, and then you have to take another elective, which is any category A subjects. Well, we have a weighted scheme. We times 2 for the English and the math subjects, and then it's based on the best 6 subjects. And if you have happen to have taken the M1 and M2, then will be the weighting will be 2, and then if otherwise for the best elective, the weighting will be 1.5, or you have taken the economics subject, then the weighting is 1.5 instead of just 1. Well, our JUPAS applicants may be interested to take a look at the admission scores of the previous years. It's just fluctuate. If we're talking about the best 5 subjects, it's about 26 or 25, the minimum intake requirement in the last few years. This is based on the weighted scheme that I have just presented. It fluctuates over the years. It's around 47 or 46. Actually, based on your own academic results in your JUPAS, in your DSE scores, then you can come to our webpage to we can help you to compute the corresponding admission score, and then you can see whether your score fits into within the admission requirement. Well, lastly, we have for those who are holding international qualifications, either under the GCE or the IB. I'm not going to read through everything in detail, but the detailed requirements are listed on this page. Well, final information. If you happen to fail in the language subjects, either Chinese or English, any special consideration for those who happen to fail in these two language subjects but having a very high score in other subjects? Unfortunately, the answer is no, because we emphasize on the minimum university entrance requirement, which is 3.32233. It must be met in order to get into our university. And then suppose you take the courses, the subjects in 2 different years, whether we accept combined certificate. The answer is yes, and there will be no penalty. And then we used to conduct interview before the final release of the admission. And if you come to our interview exercises and also perform well, there will be some bonus points to be considered in your admission. Well, lastly, if you want to know more about our program and also about the School of Science admission requirement, you're welcome to come to this website, which is listed on the top right corner. Thank you very much.